Long before cities rose and kingdoms warred, before the temples and towers of men stretched skyward, there was a quiet world emerging from the shadow of the flood. The sons of Noah were scattered, and among them, the line of Shem stretched like a branch, green and full of promise. From that lineage came Joktan, and among his many sons was Almodad. Almodad. A name passed through ancient tongues, its meaning whispered as not measured or immeasurable. And perhaps it was fitting. For his life, though barely captured in the pages of Scripture, stretches deep into the story of early mankind, a tale of beginnings and borders, of territories formed by God's sovereign hand. He was one of 13 sons born to Joktan, a patriarch who lived in the days when the earth's families were growing, spreading like seed carried on the wind. These were not nomads lost in wilderness, but pioneers. Ancient men who walked under the open heavens and established foundations for future peoples. Almodad was a son of the East. The descendants of Joktan, including Almodad, are believed to have settled in the region stretching toward Arabia, where the land bends with golden hills and sun-scorched deserts. It was a place not yet fully charted by men, a world God had carved with mountains and rivers and left open for those with courage to settle. Though his story is not filled with exploits or dramatic prophecy, Almodad's legacy is written into geography itself. He helped populate a region, raise a family, and lay down roots that would outlive him by centuries. He walked the early earth, hearing perhaps the last of the first-hand stories from those who survived the flood, of Noah's Ark resting on Ararat, of the Rainbow Covenant, of God's voice thundering across clean skies. Almodad's people likely traded in spice and incense, in myrrh and gold, traveling through caravan routes long before they had names. Their settlements would become whispers on ancient maps, foundations upon which Arabian tribes would later build. And though the Scriptures speak only briefly of him, they do not speak without purpose. In the long and deliberate genealogy of Genesis 10, also called the Table of Nations, Almodad is named as one of those whose bloodlines would shape the world. He is not just a man, but a beginning, a brick in the rising house of humanity. In his tent, perhaps, stories were told by firelight. He would have spoken of Shem, his great forefather, of a God who walked with men, who judged the wicked but spared the faithful. He would have taught his children to honor the land, to chart stars, to hold reverence for the one who had made all things. Almodad did not seek to be known in monuments or memory. He simply lived well, settled wisely, and passed on the sacred story. And so, across generations and sands, his name remained, not in grandeur, but in lineage. Almodad, son of Joktan, descendant of Shem. A name carried forward from the earliest dawn of history, woven quietly into the tapestry of nations.